Hello, everyone, and welcome back to JoJo Speaks. We are back in full effect. We were not here last week, but we are here this week and ready to get back into do this thing. A couple things I want you guys to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big red subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than half a second to mash that thing, so go ahead and mash it. Also, we'd like to see some thumbs up in this video, as well as some comments, your thoughts on the topics we're discussing this evening, as well as pressing the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And last but not least, share JoJo Speaks with all your friends, family, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. I got my crew back, Mike and Jen. What's going on, y'all?
Hello. Peace and blessings.
Blessed and highly favored.
As
Wonderful.
per usual.
Yes, absolutely. Always wonderful to hear Michael. Michael. Every time I say Michael's name, I think back to Two Can Play That Game when old girl is just so upset about Bobby Brown not being with her anymore.
Oh,
Michael!
I remember.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Wendy Raquel is amazing.
Wendy Raquel did that, okay? And my
And then
favorite
it had to
part
be
of,
Bobby Brown.
oh, right.
But he was
okay.
back in the day though. He was
Oh,
definitely
he wasn't that bad.
He really
Yeah.
wasn't. Like he fit the character at
He
the time,
did.
especially when he had that makeover and we saw him without the teeth and without the Jerry curl and without all that. Yeah.
Oh wait.
It was definitely something. But anyways, we want to get something out of the way real quick. I haven't talked about the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef because I really have no interest in it whatsoever. However, Joe Budden on his podcast mentioned that he spoke to Tory Lanez this past weekend. Tory Lanez seems to think that
While he was in jail?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
It was a prison phone call, okay, direct
And they
from
had
the
that
scout.
talk about but things that's going on outside of prison. Okay.
Right.
Because it's prison.
But yeah, Tory seems to think that Drake has won this whole battle beef thing, which is contrary to what everyone else seems to be thinking. But Jennifer, you said you wanted to speak on this, so what's your thoughts on Tory Lanez's perspective?
Tory Lanez is a good friend of a Drake. That's number one.
Oh, okay.
Number two, maybe there's a chance that he might have not been privy to all of the songs that were submitted for the drama, but I'm pretty sure they have because people be having phones and all that stuff up in there.
Okay.
Ain't no way he ain't hear all that stuff that Kendrick was talking about.
He
Up
heard
in there
all
where?
In a safe space.
I'm
So-
just safe, but okay.
I don't know if I'd call prison a safe space, but okay.
Moving forward, I think that's hilarious because they friends. He gonna say what he want to say. It is what it is. But
I just can't take Drake. I can't take neither one of them serious in a rap beef. Like, what are y'all gonna do? Shoot each other? Like, I don't see Drake shooting anybody. I don't see him cursing anybody out. Like,
What's the point?
I was more scared when West Side versus East Side was like going
that was a scary time.
Okay.
Yes. Like, even now, JT and also Sukiyana is going at it right now. Like,
Yeah.
Like, girl, sit down.
Exactly.
Girl, just sit down.
Please.
Right. Sat down somewhere. So Donald Trump's trial for allegedly using hush money to quiet Stormy Daniels and try to cover up their illicit affairs. So Stormy Daniels took to the witness stand and testified this past week, and she
everything.
And laid it
all the nasty stuff that we didn't want to know.
Every single moment of their encounter. And the fact that he called her constantly over a year for a complete year after this thing actually happened. But she went on the stand. Apparently, Donald Trump
She did a good job.
She did an excellent job. Apparently, Donald Trump, as he was sitting at his table, was cursing not necessarily under his breath because it was audible cursing and, objecting to the certain things that she wanted to say and things of that nature. But she put all of their business out into the streets. And I honestly think Donald Trump is the only one who believes that he didn't sleep with Stormy Daniels. I think he's the only one who actually believes that he didn't do anything with Stormy Daniels. Why? She has no reason to lie. Well, she does have reasons to lie, but I mean, who would want to say that they slept with Donald Trump? Like, I don't know.
On
Right.
purpose?
Anyone on purpose,
Not
exactly.
even his wife. So I haven't seen her since
since they left the White House.
Right. First of all, who's surprised about what she's saying anyway? Raise your hand.
Not I, said the cat.
Okay.
So it's very interesting. And also on cross-examination, she was asked, oh, so you don't like Donald Trump? And she was like, no, I don't. And so the next question was, do you want to see him in jail? And she said, I want to see him held accountable. Which is what you want to hear from a witness on the witness stand, and not just, automatically just saying the first thing that comes to her mind. So she was clearly vetted, and she was clearly walked through the process of some questions that she
should
asked.
be.
And then they asked her again, do you want him in jail? And she said, if he's found guilty, yes, I want to see him in jail. I think that's the defense trying to say that she has some type of agenda of being on the witness stand, but no, she's just speaking her truth. And this is concerning, something that she plays an integral role in, maybe not directly, but indirectly plays a role in this particular case that he's being tried for. So what were you guys' thoughts on her testimony and what might come out of it?
I didn't hear it actually. So I'm gonna let Jennifer go ahead and go.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious because people in the jury and other folks were doing their best to not laugh. The things that he wanted, like spankings and things of that nature. Child, she had to describe all of that. Yeah. So I know. But I think it's just a hilarious moment in history. And it's like, so this is what you want to be your president. That's what I keep on thinking. This is what you want.
Wrong. The thing is not wrong with what you're doing as far as you want spankings or anything, but it's just how you go about it.
Yeah.
Right.
And he didn't do it well, apparently. I'm gonna go ahead and
Donald, what do you expect?
I'm just saying.
Nothing more, nothing less. Okay.
We got comments on comments. Smiling with Aaron D says hello to everyone. Please go ahead, like, subscribe, and share everybody. Let everybody know that JoJo Speaks is on these streets.
Streets.
Absolutely. Dustin says hello.
Hey, Dustin.
Hi.
And everybody say hello to everyone. Lady Virgo made it on in here. Thank you so much for making your way on over here after that long conversation. Sheesh. Certainly.
Hey, Bianca.
Bianca says,
Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm excited about the show tonight. I'm happy you are. Thank you so much, Bianca. Latoya's here. Hey, fam.
Latoya.
She says, hey, fam. Hey. Bianca says, happy Thursday to everybody up in here. And that was a Thursday, not birthday, but
Mike
Thursday.
Nasty.
Mike Nasty is in the house.
Yes, she is.
Latoya says, hey, Sissy Pooh. And
hey, Robin.
Robin is here, and she made sure to say hello to Michael. I know she's happy to see you.
She's very happy to see you. Okay, she's always asking about you. I think you're her favorite panelist on the show, to be honest.
And she be looking for HR to try to get you together. Okay. So yes, she's happy to see you. Robin says, "Hey, Genesita, hello. Thank you so much, Bianca." She says to make sure to smash that like button on the way in, everybody, and Robin says hello to everyone in the chat. And she says, "Oh, I was out the hospital."
Yes.
Hey, all right. That's wonderful to hear, Robin. Wonderful to hear.
Okay. Well, let me do some of this too. Woo! We're celebrating. All right. Oh, it was something I used to wrap my hair out with.
Your long locks.
Yeah, they're so freaking long.
Locks. Okay.
Her long, luscious locks.
Okay. Yes. Come on, ponytail.
My high ponies are illustrious. Shouts out to my husband that has been my at-home stylist for all of these years, because he certainly did this. I can't do it. I tried. It don't show up as pretty as Tyrone's.
Can't never be in your vocabulary.
Okay, I don't do it well.
I don't do it well.
Sounds good.
The level of perfection that he has, and his hands are real strong and they're big to go around all of these locks. There's a whole lot of locks to go around. So he does that very well.
Is it tight?
No, he knows how to make it like in a way where it's together, but it's not killing me. It's perfect.
Gotcha.
I could have it in for days. Anyway, and it don't move. It don't move. My hair.
My hair.
It don't move.
It don't move.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Lady Virgo says hello to everybody, and Smiling D says hello to everybody. Let's see the next. Okay. Oh, Smiling D called Latoya Sweetie Pie Honey Bun.
Sweetie Pie Honey Bun.
All right. Robin says I'm old school. The truth be told, Kendrick won it all.
Period.
Yeah, every bit of it for the culture.
For the culture.
It's a freedom.
Lady Virgo says, Robin, glad you're back home.
Yes.
Smiling with Aaron D says, Mike is glowing. Your beauty is shining, Mike.
Okay. Shining bright like a diamond, honey.
Okay. It's amazing.
I don't want any kind of Brianna quotes on me, okay?
Oh, okay.
Didn't know.
All
right. So you are you look very nice. So Robin says Kendrick is of the culture. Drake is a
carpetbagger.
Wow.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's
I'm not even sure if I'm ready for that one. Robin says hello to hey there to Lady Virgo. Bianca says Jen and Jonathan, I'm gonna send y'all something on Kendrick and Drake. She wants to know our thoughts on it. Okay. Robin says okay, I'm dipping out of the chat because I'm still using my phone. Understood, sis. Okay.
Hey, Lady
Virgo saying good evening to everyone. Thank you. God bless you. Robin says, but give me a reason to put my fingers to typing.
Okay, we will.
We'll do our best. Bianca says, please remember to hit that engagement button in the chat. Let's get YouTube. Let's let YouTube know a real one
is on the scene.
That's right.
The scene. He's a real one.
Yes.
Oh, Miss Kim.
Hey, Miss Kim.
I had to see that picture. You changed it up.
Okay.
Giving
class. Okay.
African American class at that. High class.
Okay. High class.
I'm not going to rap the whole song. Slow down, Jennifer.
Okay, because you know we can.
We can. Kendrick shut Drake all the way down. Okay, that's what Lady Virgo said. Miss Kim said Raymond Stormy's testimony made me gag. Look, the little excerpts I had let me know that I've heard enough.
Okay.
I didn't even watch like any of that on TikTok because I didn't want my algorithm to be all that.
Because it would have been all of that.
Okay? You knew it would have been all that.
All of that.
There's some things I actually go to another account to watch random stuff, so it won't be with my regular algorithm. That's the way I do it.
The Scott sisters' mother is the 5th member of Escape, and I'm the Steph member of JoJo's channel.
Yes, I love that.
The Ace been cool.
The Scott sisters.
Okay.
Lady Virgo says, a lot of the Leo, did you just geesh me? My goodness, me. Okay, now sis, did I geesh somebody?
Geesh.
I don't remember. What did I geesh to?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I can't remember.
Robin says, I like me some Michael, but JoJo has the bulk of my heart.
Okay. All right.
Look at his face. Latoya is laughing at that moment there. Robin says, a carpetbagger is akin to an interloper, a visitor. Carpetbagger. A visitor.
Interloper, a visitor. When I hear carpetbagger, I think about something else. Like
yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
I don't think he munched a whole lot of carpets either.
I sure don't.
Because
I think he much on carpets.
because per what they saying, they don't have carpets yet.
Okay, let's just move on from that.
Moving forward, okay.
I'm not going to explain that.
You don't have to. It's not necessary.
But you got it.
I don't.
I don't either, but it's okay.
Let's move on.
He's okay.
Can we please move on?
Lady Virgo says, "Fight the power."
Fight the power.
Latoya says, "BBL Drizzy."
Okay.
And they're laughing.
Hold on. Everybody hush. Is it my song, Anne Marie?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I try to let it go.
I have music low in the background to keep me going.
I do that when I'm at work.
Cool.
You got to.
So,
all right, what's up?
Our next story on the agenda. So, Pastor Dion Henderson went viral this past week because he was videoed shushing and quieting down a woman in the choir who was screaming bloody murder, literally screaming bloody murder for a while there. And he had to tell her, quiet down now. That's enough of that. You know what I'm saying? We only want to hear his voice. And he then went on to the Tamron Hall show along with his wife, Shaunie Henderson. And he mentioned that. Oh, well, So, anyways, she didn't. I didn't know she didn't change it. What?
Oh yeah, I think she had onto it.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's interesting.
She don't love that man, but never mind. Let's go.
Okay. She loved that name, honey, and that money. But anyways, so he then went on to the Tamron Hall show while she was promoting her book. He had to. Tamron felt like he needed to come out and speak on this. And he said that this particular woman had been warned previously on a number of occasions that her antics were not welcome there, and they would like her to cease those particular worship type antics. And so this was not surprising. So for me, as someone who grew up in church, I've gone to church literally all of my life. I've experienced this before. And so, when someone comes in and it's clear that they want to be the center of attention, and it's clear that they want to they want to have all eyes on them, they will do certain things like screaming at the top of their lungs, sometimes running around the church, or making a spectacle of themselves, making sure that everyone has their focus on them. Then that's an issue. At least for me, it is, in my personal humble opinion. And that distracts from what's supposed to be going on in the church, or that distracts from the flow of what's going on in the church. And so I saw nothing wrong with it. Some people even went as far as to say that they wanted to compare it to what Kim Burrell did at the church when she told that woman to let that mask work for her. But I do not want those two instances to be compared whatsoever, because they are two different things. And so I was not I was not hurt or I did not see anything wrong with what Pastor Henderson did in the moment. I thought he did what he thought was the best in the moment, especially considering that he had told this woman on a number of occasions in the past not to do these types of things, and she felt the need to do it anyways. And so I saw nothing wrong with what Pastor Henderson did or said. What are you guys' opinion on this? And did this surprise you? And do you think that he did something wrong, or do you agree with how he handled the situation?
At first when I heard it, I was like, oh, here goes another Kim Burrell moment. It is what I said, like, oh my God, why are these pastors not allowing people in the church to praise God and feel the Spirit when it hits them? But the Tamron Hall show is the one that made me change my opinion.
Okay.
And then also when I really looked at the video, it did seem like a bit too much. And then when he told her to be quiet and she actually hushed, I'm like, I don't know too many people who's slating the Spirit, and the Spirit just goes away instantly. So, and then also upon watching it many times, it was like, girl, shut up. Like it wasn't
Okay.
It wasn't a bit much. But then I can understand if you go to that church every time and she does that every Sunday or every worship, every Bible study, every time you see her, it would get to the point where like, now this might not be real. And then also, you can tell after analyzing the video, you can tell she does it a lot because people wasn't even looking at her. People wasn't even like acknowledging her, or even when he went over there and told her to be quiet, nobody was like, they like kind of thank God, like shaking their head like thank you for saying that. And I've been when I was younger, I was in church a lot, and it was this one person who would do that every Sunday, make a lot of noise in the church, and just just wanting to be heard. But I can understand. The thing is, I mean, so the thing is, things are it's videotaped now, and I don't know. I don't know the correct way to tell somebody to be quiet, and I don't know if in the middle of the church is the correct way. I know you had a lot of discussions with her privately and some people to talk to her, but I still don't know if the middle of church is the correct way to tell somebody to hush.
Yeah,
because it's kind of embarrassing a little bit.
It is.
I'm happy to go next.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not mad at what he said. And I don't feel like he had the nastiness that other one that Kim Burrell had behind hers. So I'm not mad at him, but I still don't know how do you handle someone who is acting up in church.
Exactly.
I don't know the correct way to do so.
That is the question. How do you address those people who come in and will
Make
have
a
those
spectacle.
antics? Right. Yeah. Jennifer, what are your thoughts?
So that is the question. How are you supposed to do it? And I think what's even worse is like this is his church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is he supposed to be pleasing in this space? Everybody outside of his church, God, the people at the church. Like what is he supposed to try to make happy? And to be honest, in this space, especially after hearing that he was that she was told previously.
Shut up.
And the word from the man and all the elders that right below him that are still above you told them you need to pipe down, and you still decided to do what you wanted to do. That's still just another level of doing what you want, and that's not cool.
Right.
So she needed somebody to say it in that moment.
And people holler in church, but she was like yelling.
She was screaming bloody murder.
It was a different. I didn't see people like lazy in the spirit and it's loud, but you can tell the difference between a real slanging in the spirit and someone who just want to be heard. And I do feel like she just wanted to be heard because
she sounded like that goat that was screaming. That's how she sounded to me. And like
after watching it like more than one time, it was like, girl, be quiet.
It's a bit much. And what on top of that, for me, she's on the stage around microphones.
Right.
Well, why is she still on the stage? That's what I'm gonna ask. I would have to demote her from the if you keep doing this, man, you got to go. I'm gonna demote you.
And that's what I was thinking. Like she's been given so much grace. The fact that she's actually in the choir is
and allowed to be up there.
Me that she was given too much grace, and I don't know exactly.
I mean, it is church at the same time too, but my church would have said, "You gonna do that, or you gonna sit down."
Exactly.
There has to be some order, and people say like you should have done this, you should have done that. But the thing is, they did their best to do it in a way where she would not have to be told in the midst of her yelling that she needs to go sit down
in front of everybody.
And I do like how you say, no, she did it in public. Right now, announced it in public. And my thing is, if it wasn't so many things recorded, I mean, we don't know what goes on in all churches. Because he's a popular preacher because of Shaunie. I think that this is probably why that things were recorded, and I think it was recorded probably because she was being loud and obnoxious anyway. So
and I do believe it's possible I'm not saying that it's out of the question, but I believe it's possible that they could have used that moment for that situation. Now, just to, real quick to answer Robin's question, she said, "Why did they go on Tamron Hall as a promo? And was this part of a PR strategy?"
I think Shaunie had is having a book coming out, and I think he just went along with her because he just made news.
Right, Shaunie was originally scheduled to promote her new book. That she has out for sale. And he just so happened, of course, they're married, so of course he's going to be there. And Tamron asked her if he was in the building, and she said yes. And that's when he then came out and addressed the situation.
And Miss Kim says she's going by Shaunie Henderson now. I did do my Googles, and in a lot of spaces it still says O'Neal, but I believe they're starting their process of changing things over. So thank you so much for that, Miss Kim. Robin says she's going to let go of that name the day she goes broke. Probably about the 5th of February.
Shaunie would never go broke as long as Shaq is making the money, because Shaq got some money now. And she got what, 7 kids, 5 kids with him. I mean,
I think it's
no,
5.
I'm not mad at the last name because my mom said no. The reason why she kept her last name when she got divorced from my father was because I had the last name, and she wanted me and her to have the last name together. But she's married now, so it don't even matter. So she'll be married. Change her name quickly.
Okay.
but I mean, millionaire and hundredaires is a different kind of thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll see my last name if it was if I said that was a millionaire.
Miss Kim says, far be it for me to tell someone how to worship, but if a person is shouting and screaming, I could possibly miss something that the pastor says.
I was just gonna say that too. Like, you're interrupting everybody else from even feeling something because they can't even get to the point of listening because you're so loud and obnoxious.
This is why on the go ahead. I was just going to say this is this is why I was saying, like, you need to follow the spirit of what's going on in the space. When I heard it, I didn't hear a whole lot of other people singing "Thank You, Jesus," crying out. Nobody but her, which means she's not attuned to what's going on in the space. Why is she so separated from what's going on spiritually?
She ain't flowing, y'all. She's not flowing.
He made a perfect example while he was on the Tamron Hall show, right? Like while we're talking right now, somebody's in the audience to start clapping. That's interrupting everything that's going on around us. Right. And I'm pretty sure you have somebody in the somebody that you probably can't see, tell her to be quiet and sit down or get out. So it's kind of the same thing. It's the same thing, I guess. Yeah.
And it's literally a distraction. It is literally a distraction. And so, there are some who feel as though, when they're in worship, they won't allow anything to distract them from their worship. But, that's not everybody. You know what I'm saying? When you have someone screaming bloody murder in your ear while you are in worship, that is going to catch your ear.
To be honest, I mean, I'm not someone who goes to church every Sunday, but people catch the spirit. They start talking in tongue, or just say "Thank you, Jesus" real loud, or "Praise God, thank you." No, they don't really just start yelling and hollering,
screaming.
Especially not on the often. But once again, I just need to make sure I say out loud. I know that there's some time that's required for screaming.
Yes.
It's required sometimes.
It has its time and place. It has its time and
place. It's not.
She didn't have the right time nor the right place.
Right. Exactly.
Anywho,
I'm not mad at him, and I think it's still done different because with that Kimber Ruff situation, she didn't want the guy. She wanted the man to sing the song, and I feel like that was just rude.
But she wasn't even loud.
And I didn't even hear that woman singing. I didn't hear her at all.
Everybody back.
So, smiling with Aaron D says, looking at, I can see why Pastor her, but if God was fooling her,
feeling her,
haha. Maybe she was listening when God told her to pour it out in a different way.
Didn't tell her that.
I felt bad. I felt bad. This so public for both the pastor and the woman. I hope she is okay. I do hope so as well, but I believe she did go through a process of ignoring what's been told to her previously.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're ignoring what's been told to you by your elders inside the church, basically meaning that we're following what the pastor has said and we're going, following what's going on here, she is stepping outside of the grace. She's doing the opposite. And you know what the opposite is.
I'm just thinking about, people shouting in church, when people really shout in church and people try to like calm them down and they still be shouting, even though they put a ring around you, and even when they sit down and come down, they still like moving. She just stopped.
Because she
wasn't in no spirit. Because when my grandma shouts, and I'm like, hey, grandma, you 85 now, you better calm down before you break something. She might calm down, but she's gonna be sitting down and she's still gonna be
yes. She's still gonna be in it. Right.
She's still gonna be
in
there.
And
she's trying to calm it down, but sometimes you just can't let it go.
Right.
She didn't do that.
No, she didn't.
and from what we were able to see, hey Stevie, what we were able to see, you know how it looks like it's a continuous thing, it's a flow, and that's not what's going. I don't believe that's what was going on in that space. So I believe it was warranted. Bianca says, I think they both had a part to play in this. They both were wrong, in my opinion. I don't know how she lasted that long doing that mess for 4 years.
4 years.
Because it couldn't be me.
No.
Especially if it was my church, it couldn't be me.
Ain't no way. Out that dough.
Okay, after the second time she did it, the second Sunday, no.
And the only thing I think he did wrong was the
snapping.
What the hell you snapping at?
Right.
That's I don't like the snaps as well. It feels really demeaning. He could have said, "Hey, all right now."
Right.
That's enough of that. Anyway, Bianca continues on to say, "Why did he let it go so long? She would have been out that choir chair, because I couldn't deal with that." And that's another issue too. Why is she carrying on that like that and allowed to be up there singing? She got plenty of people up there. Ain't no need to keep her there. Lady Virgo says, I feel so bad for her also. Hopefully she wasn't part of the setup also. I don't like how he's talking about it as a setup. For all we know, it could have been, but it's like we can't talk about that and say that like verbatim, like this is a setup. Like they knew that
people were looking at, they was like, she did this a lot because nobody was going over to her, nobody was trying to calm her down. It's like, and then when he said be quiet, people's like, amen, like agreeing with him.
I'm in agreement.
Exactly. Okay. Yes. Okay. Amen to that. Okay.
Bianca says, boom. That's what should have happened, Michael. That's why I feel like they both were wrong. He shouldn't have sat her down. She should have sat her down a long time ago.
Agreed.
Robin says, meanwhile, I haven't heard a word about that book.
Well, we better talk about it in a little bit. Well,
we will.
An excerpt. Is that the right word?
Yes. Exactly. Okay. Excerpt. And she wasn't talking about us. She's talking about, the people putting that's talking about it. They only talking about him. Oh, Lord, John. Joseph is here. Welcome, Joseph. He says, BBL Drizzy. And he says, happy Thursday, beautiful people. Like and share, everyone. And everybody greeting Joseph Jarrell.
I'm just waiting for him to come back and say, if you don't like and share this thing, we are going to...
I'm waiting for the threats as well. I'm ready for the threats.
The threats were missing, but I'm sure they are to come, especially since it's been brought to his attention now.
Exactly.
Lady Virgo said there is still a respectful way to go about it on such a public platform. You don't or snap your fingers at a grown person, in my opinion. And I agree too. I mean, I think in the heat of the moment, I think if he can go back in time, he probably would do it differently also. But in the heat of the moment, to get somebody's attention, I mean, I guess I wouldn't snap on somebody, but I'm like,
hey,
I don't know. I mean, any way you look at it, it's all
for me.
It's going to be considered disrespectful.
I like to pass out excuse me's. Excuse me. It's still not going to sound cute, regardless.
Yeah,
because you literally screaming.
And there's so many times when we say, I wish I would have done that differently. I'm sure Pastor Henderson is saying the same thing. I wish I would have, may not have snapped. I wish I would have, done something differently. So, that happens to all of us,
And I've never been at a church where the pastor, actually told somebody to calm down in a church that I've been to. Now, we see it all the time, like on TikTok or something like that.
Hey.
And I probably, I don't know. I mean, I think there's no way you can tell somebody to be quiet from all that yelling in church.
It's not going to, it's no level of nice that's going to, that can be added to make a correction feel good.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, it's still a correction. I went to this church when I turned 18, and there was this woman who came into the church during praise and worship, and she started acting out, doing random things, and some of the ushers had to let her know, okay, time to get back to your seat, ma'am. We don't do that here. Okay, she was gathered. You know what I'm saying? So yes, this does happen, and so
maybe you should say, ushers, can you get her in the back? But still, I mean, that's still been over the mic though. But maybe
I think the fact that he was on stage and she was on stage, I think that was the factor that made him say, "Okay, I'm just going to take care of this right now."
And from what people are saying, Regina said that he actually says, "Somebody get her," and nobody moved.
Right.
So what do you expect the man to do? Joseph says, "I snap at folks that need." I guess he meant to say that is a need, Lady Virgo. I guess that's what Joseph be doing. He be snapping.
That doesn't surprise me.
Not at all.
Aaron D. Smiling with Aaron D. I love your love. You are such a pure heart. Yeah, Aaron D. would always try to find a positive.
And we love her for it.
I like it, but girl, somebody hollering, girl.
Okay, shut up.
But you know what? Honestly, I didn't even watch the video because I didn't watch the video until that boy remade the video. That the boy always do the church videos.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Mary and Squint and them. That's
yes. When I watched not Cotton Banks.
Yes. When he did the video, I'm like, okay, this must be a real thing. Let me go watch the real video. And that's why I'm like, okay.
I didn't know he did one. I'm gonna have to look for it.
I think we posted it. It was Mary was the one who was shouting.
You know it was Mary. She been screaming. Child. Bianca says, I agree with that too, Lady Virgo. His delivery was wrong, but the correction wasn't.
Exactly.
Let's see. Bianca and Aaron D talking about we belong together. Joseph says, Pastor Henderson was nice. I also am in the vein of agreeing with that as well. I wouldn't take that at all.
At all.
Okay. And I wish someone would say something to me about it. Backwards as hell. That's what he said. She as out of order, period. You don't get nice me when you public stupid.
And I agree with that too. I agree. I think Joseph probably would have made a big spectacle. We probably would have been on that. Joseph probably would let her know, ma'am.
Okay, Joseph would have made it on World Star.
That's her name.
Joseph took care of that thing. And so, in the same vein, Shaunie O'Neal, she was promoting her book on the Tamron Hall show, and she said in her book that she never felt like she was in love with Shaq. And I want to go back to a conversation that Nene Leakes and Carlos King had concerning cheating. And she said, when you're, and I know this might sound like a completely different subject, but I have a point here. So she said, if you're going to cheat respectfully. So for people who are in those relationships where it's not really about love, but it's more about like a transactional type of situation where, okay, so we both are here in this marriage. You getting what you getting out of it. I'm getting what I'm getting out of it. And so as long as we both get what we getting out of it, then we can make it work. And so maybe their relationship wasn't built on love or friendship. And so when you have that realization and you make that point, I'm not sure what the reaction necessarily has been concerning her making this revelation. But that does not surprise me at all that she says that she really was never really in love with him. She had intentions on being with him for a certain reason. We don't know what those reasons were, but we can assume what those reasons may have been. But That seems to be a very true statement coming from her. And I'm happy that she's able to be authentic enough to share that with everyone. Because, of course, a lot of people are going to say, oh, she was just a gold digger. She just wanted him for his money. And that very well may be true. And that might have been solidified by the fact that she said, I was never really in love with him. Did this surprise either one of you when you heard that she made this statement?
Well, I do have two opinions on this one. I do think people, sometimes we do fall gullible and we love love. And I think sometimes that we may go into situations where we try to force love, and we may end up with somebody who we just really, I don't think you really know what love is until you really find somebody who loves you.
Amen.
Right.
So maybe she thought she loved Shag in the beginning and realized until maybe she met Mr. Henderson that, well, I was really never loved. Maybe I really loved maybe I thought I was in love, and maybe I thought the kids come and he would love me more, but he didn't stop cheating on me. So I'm gonna give her that because I'm gonna give her that. Now, because I make a lot of faces at Shaunie O'Neal because I don't really care for her that much, but I don't see, and I might take this back. I don't see gold diggers from Shaunie. I really think maybe she's like a girly girl. Like I really just love. But on the other hand, I'm like, girl, you know what you was getting into when you got with a professional basketball player.
Right.
Also,
let us be
you
real
are
ourselves.
5'4" and he's 7 foot. Girl, y'all don't like a match together. But so I'm on both of those spectacles. So I think the first one may be the real thing. I think we all don't know what love is until we really find somebody who really is showing us real love. So I'm just gonna let it be like that and give her the benefit of the doubt.
True. Jennifer, what are your thoughts on this revelation?
My thoughts are really short.
I'm just playing.
But seriously, like, I'm not surprised. Right. I don't feel like this is a real revelation. Or to be honest, I think maybe there's more. If I had a little bit more context, maybe she might have said, like about to call you Joseph, just like what's your name? Michael said. Just like what Michael was saying, maybe she found another level of love that her first marriage did not attain.
And maybe she really didn't know what love was. Maybe that's more what she was trying to get at.
Or maybe she was just trying to get into a situation for business sake.
That could be too. And I do know
because she's a businesswoman.
Right.
Back in the day, just going from what my parents did, my parents, I don't think they loved each other, but I think because my mom ended up pregnant, back in the day, you really didn't bring a child forth being in wedlock. So my parents got married because I was in the oven.
Right.
So that could be also another thing. Like, child, I'm knocked up now. Let's go ahead and get married.
Don't tell nobody. But as soon as I heard oven, I was like, "Why were you in the oven?" But I had to put things together. Go ahead. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Go ahead. What was he as a baby? The oven? Well, I'm sorry.
In my mom's uterus, girl.
Okay.
So that could be also.
He was cooking.
Yes, I'm like Phaedra Parks. We know she was pregnant before she got married, but it could be with no situations like
coming in spring, summer.
Oh, okay.
That's Phaedra. I mean, that's not Phaedra.
I know that, but I like to put those two together because she's
having an induced birth at 7 months. Child.
He's coming out. You having the baby 2 months early?
2 months early.
Well, he's fully grown. He was right, so they're gonna take me out because I've been bleeding.
Yeah.
Girl, don't nobody believe you, honey. Okay, that nonsense.
So I mean, that could be also. I mean, back in the day, that's what people did. So that could be something right there. Like, okay, I'm pregnant now. What I'm gonna do? And then if she was broke and he had the money, I mean, I don't want to say this, but I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes where can you go when you don't have no money? Like sometimes you gotta stick to what you're accustomed to until you build that nest. And she built 5 kids, and she built that nest. Every child it was a twig onto the other branch.
Exactly.
So I put out 5. I am set for life.
Hey, Mamir.
Hey, Mamir.
Mamir is here.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Any comments on that before we move forward, Jennifer?
Nothing. Micah said it. Every bit of it, all of it has been
cool
said.
beans. So SZA was heard speaking about being considered an R&B artist. She said the only reason I'm defined as an R&B artist is because I'm Black. And she went on to say artists like Justin Bieber who make R&B music are still labeled as pop artists because they are white. And so a lot of times these artists are kind of pigeonholed into these genres because of the color of their skin. And I do find that this is true for a lot of people. Some people would say, I would say that you know, I don't want to pigeonhole or reduce someone to just one thing. If they want to be broad and you know, kind of venture into other genres, then they have the ability to do that. But of course, at the end of the day, for instance, Rihanna is a pop artist, clearly a pop artist, but someone can still consider her as an R&B artist because she is Black.
But no, she's both R&B and pop. Like
Right. We can't really pigeonhole artists into just one genre because you know the world is full of many genres, and so I don't know why we really have to reduce someone down to just one thing when they can
I
be
agree with you,
all
Miss
of the
Kim.
things.
I agree. Okay, go
well,
ahead.
I think that of course I do believe I agree with her one thing because people are Black, they automatically think you're gonna be doing R&B.
Right.
Now, to me, I don't think she's pop though. I feel like SZA's music is R&B.
And that's all I have to say. Thank you
Yeah,
so
she's
Yeah.
R&B
much.
to me too.
I'm very confused as to why she has why she's having this moment, because the first thing I the first thing I said to myself when she said this, when you said that she said this, 'cause I didn't know that she was talking about this. I was like, so do something else.
Right.
So do those other things, because I know she's the biggest one that's doing it right now. But
Right.
Beyonce, she did some crossover stuff. You can say she's R&B, pop, country. Shoot, hopefully, and Jesus, I really hope she does a rock album next,
I
or
hope not.
alt rock. I hope. So it's
B,
the
don't do
music
it, B.
that you do. Now, my my thing is this: when you're not doing R&B and they don't give you whatever thing that you're doing, then maybe that's a time to really put your complaint in, because they would
Mhm.
say for Rihanna pop, or Beyonce she has the pop
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, because that's what they were doing. They do the
Right.
R&B performances as well. All that we have seen from SZA is
R&B.
strictly
R&B.
R&B,
I haven't seen pop from her.
true and through R&B. I
Right.
haven't seen pop from her.
Yeah,
It
the
might have gotten
point
big as pop, but it was still R&B.
yes, the point is valid. It just doesn't necessarily apply to her.
She doesn't
Yeah,
have. She can't make that
wrong
complaint.
person. Wrong person.
Yeah.
Exactly, right. Because I love artists that are eccentric. I love artists that do all types of things. And so, you do not have to be defined by what other people say that you are. You're defined by who you say you are. So if you say that you're an R&B artist, or just say that you're an artist, period. Don't really have to label it. But of course, we're all about labels here in the world. So that's really how it goes. Jennifer, you want to get into those comments? What we got here?
Child, some of these comments, I'm not sure if I should say out loud. God bless. The threats have come from Joseph, but not necessarily whether or not you subscribe. Anyway, Lady Virgo says, Shaunie Henderson is still out of pockets with her words. You don't say something like that out loud when you have children with that person, and when you're such a public figure. Just in my opinion, I would like to speak towards that.
Yeah, me
But the
too.
thing is that what is his name? I'm about to say what O'Neal.
Shaq.
What's his name? Shaquille. Thank
Shaquille.
you. Shaquille O'Neal, he's already spoken his truth on what he has done in their relationship that was wrong, and he knows he kills it. He has spoken out loud on podcasts multiple
He was
times.
recently also.
His remorse about
Right.
all of this. And
About
I
not
think
doing her right.
for him to be open enough to say these things, they might have had the conversations needed. They still do co-parent
Mhm.
very well. I believe they had the conversations for that. And after she did say this out loud publicly, he pretty much supported her in this. So
Right.
if
And my thing,
no, I was just going to say, if the relationship, if they are solid enough to have these conversations behind closed doors, I
Mhm.
believe that there's respect across the board for her to be able to speak her truth.
Right.
and I do feel like these kids are not like kids we have. Like these are kids in the limelight that we
Come
all
on.
know. And I think that if you don't hear from your parents, you're gonna hear from the public or from your friends or from neighbors or people who don't know you. So I
Right.
think they have to raise the kids in a different way that maybe we have to raise our kids. But also, even with our kids, kids are not dumb. And when you're getting divorced from somebody and your kids are small, it has to be
Yeah.
a reason. It can't just be like we fell out of love or me and daddy it didn't work out. You're gonna have to give a reason because kids are not gonna take it anymore. And when your kids get a certain age, why lie now? Why lie?
Why lie?
My mom didn't tell me she liked my father when I was younger, but now,
Okay.
whew.
And
So
you
I
know,
think
all these children, they're not young bucks. I think they're all
No.
in high school and
yes,
above.
Yeah.
She's about to be kicking all of them out. They shoot,
yeah,
the bulk of them have their own place to be in.
yeah.
So having these kind of truths come out, I do believe it is appropriate. And sometimes
And
we don't have those conversations like we should. I
as
thought
we
I actually think it's more
should,
of a positive
It
thing that
is.
she's doing to
I think
be
so.
Right.
I
open.
feel like having especially in the black community, where we try
Mhm.
Amen.
to don't say what's going on outside this house, and I do believe that in certain things, but this is why some of us are sometimes, what's the word, going into situations that we should not be in because we were
Mhm.
so sheltered and not told the real deal.
And don't know about
Right.
They,
nothing.
Don't know no
I,
better.
as a child, I can see my parents unhappy, but what I'm gonna say, still they stay together.
Mhm.
I can see that. That's teaching me when I'm unhappy, even if I'm unhappy
I
and I'm
just
Just
gotta
stick
stay
with
sad,
it.
here.
I
Right.
still got to stay.
That's not
That's
positive.
that's not
Yeah.
positive. I want more from my child, so I'm just gonna tell him the
Mhm.
real.
Amen. Miss Kim said, during the 7 years I was with my ex, I loved him deeply. Once I broke up with him, I realized I didn't really love him. I thought I loved
Mm.
him. And
Wow.
that's, I promise you,
Excuse me.
Yeah.
sometimes when you're in a situation for so long, you love the camaraderie, you love
Mhm.
what
Just
he,
comfortable.
The
yeah,
familiarity of it.
yeah, you love
Yeah.
all of that, but once you get something better or even find yourself, sometimes you start to get like,
It's like a job. Oh, I'm so proud of my
yeah.
job, but I've been here 5 years. Let me just keep going.
Okay, they keep on paying me this
Mhm.
money, dagnabbit.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
keep
Uh,
complaining. Every time I get paid, I'm keep complaining that I'm broke, but I won't go out and look for nothing else.
and Virgo did, Lady Virgo did ask again about her children, what they feel like, excuse me, what her children feels like saying something
And
like that publicly, just in my opinion. And I
my thing is,
understand they
like, while we
grown.
know about it and we don't know them personally, they're gonna hear the same thing.
And from looking at them on
Right.
reality TV, it
They
looks
ain't
like
bothered with
their
that.
relationships, they are
Uh,
pretty open. I'm
Right.
pretty
And
sure
I'm
they've
sure they
had these
know it.
conversations before. Exactly.
They
This is
know it.
nothing
Not
new.
a
And
surprise to
also,
them.
I do, if anything, I might not be the best supporter of Shaunie, but I can respect that she's a good mother.
Agreed.
yes,
And
I
she
do
got some
that.
good children. I believe they had these conversations before anything came out, of her mouth on anybody's show about herself and her relationship.
And I will
Right.
say they still have dinners together with their kids, both of them. So sometimes it's better to see your parents divorced and happy
Right.
than together and miserable.
And
I know for me
miserable.
personally, when I saw my parents married, I didn't see the love in the house. It was stressful. I could tell something about to pop off. It was stressful for me as a child because I could feel all that weight that they was carrying. I could feel it on me also. But when they got divorced, it's like, whew, I can breathe
Can
again.
breathe again.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on,
Okay,
Tony.
I can't stop thinking about.
You can hear
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, breathe again. I actually heard that earlier today. I'm sorry. Anyway,
You okay
I'm
today? You
in
okay,
these
Jennifer?
chats. Don't mind me. Latoya says, Lady Virgo, her children are grown and she is speaking her truth. Latoya,
Mhm.
excuse me, Joseph says, facts, Latoya, you can't live in a prison when your grown kids already lived it. Sheesh.
Okay.
Woo!
They know what's
That's,
up.
that's the word right there. That's the word.
Okay.
Lady Virgo says, at like I said, a person snapped their fingers at me, a grown woman, and I will get dealt with.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
stepping of the
Okay.
fingers is a bit too much. I don't care
Yeah.
what you're doing. Don't step. I don't care if you can get my attention. You just pat me on my shoulder or come up to me, but do not snap like I'm a dog.
Right, because I'm not a dog.
Because you will get barked at.
And you know, these are the moments. Hey, if you need to go to another church, go to another church. If you don't like,
I sure will go after that.
okay. Joseph Jarrell says, "Yep, that woman sure would." After I snapped at her, I believe it. I ain't got no problem with it. I'll snap and whatever else I need.
You're not the prize. You're a person who, if need, you'll get it. You know what? What should happen then? I'm not saying this, and these opinions are not directly of the show. These are my viewpoints of the show.
Read the bottom crawl.
Yes,
Yes.
all topics are for entertainment purposes only.
Only.
Yes.
What should happen is when you. I'm not saying for him. I'm just saying maybe if you're getting snapped at in church or the preacher is embarrassing you in public,
Mm-hmm.
say what you got to say back to him at the same moment. Then
If
stop
if need be.
If need be.
Right.
So, because a lot of times, like Kim Burrell, she still had to say, "I keep going."
She could have gotten it.
Okay.
Because if it was me, that would be a whole other video. That video would still been viral. Okay.
Okay. Would have been on World Star, honey. Okay.
To this day.
Because she would have said, "Show them glasses. Can you hush?" And you would have got a lot of words.
Okay. And none of them would have been holy. Okay.
But y'all see,
at all.
but y'all see, as we even talk about it right now, there's a difference between how Kim Burrell handled it.
Yes.
You felt how nasty that was.
It was nasty.
She was a nasty.
but you know, I believe what Pastor Keion did was just like
necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but at least it wasn't nasty because
she was very loud.
I'm just saying.
You're just disrupting the church at that time. Now,
right?
I can't even get in the moment to even hear what he's saying with the prayer because you up in the audience where all these mics are located. I'm not in the audience, but on the stage,
choir,
on the choir, hollering,
screaming bloody murder. She was screaming bloody murder. I can't let go of that. She was screaming at the top of her lungs unnecessarily. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a bit much. Now I still don't know the right way to handle somebody. I think I probably would have said, Ushers, can you handle that in the back, please?
Okay, escort her off the premises
or get my security.
One thing I learned: everybody is not gonna like your delivery. Does that mean I can't deliver what I gotta do? I'm gonna have to say it, and you may not like what I'm about to say. The end. If you don't like it, I guess you find somewhere to go. I guess it's for people. I don't know.
Bianca had said something. She had said, "Lady Virgo, you shouldn't. You wouldn't carry yourself in such a way, so there would be no reason for anyone to snap at you or call you out." Is all I'm saying. Both of them were wrong in my opinion, but people focusing on him, only focusing on him.
Right. And I think the reason why Pastor Henderson is seen as wrong is because he's allowed this to go on for so long.
He did try to stop it professionally behind closed doors.
He did.
I mean, we only seen we only seen a 30-second clip. Now, if we went to that church, if we all went to that church, maybe we would have a different opinion about it because it would be happening so often.
That's true. That's very
true. Let's just say I babysit somebody's child one time. I think, that child is bad. But I mean, that child's not bad. That child just got, he just a little excited. He's just a little extra. But if I babysit a child every day, girl, you need to teach your child some manners or something. I think you just have a different opinion if you do something on a regular. I don't know how to say it, but you got the point. But
Yeah.
I don't feel like he was. I mean, I don't know how you would tell somebody to shut up in church.
Like, what do you want? How do you want to do it? Because
How?
behind closed doors did not work. Apparently,
It
what
didn't.
what should he have done?
Let it go on, and nobody. Then he won't have no church.
Jennifer, any last comments before we get up out of here, child?
Joseph said, "I'm about to sneeze. I'm gonna keep
I
on
want
talking
to do
until I
something
sneeze."
stupid without the appropriate response because I don't like it. Delulu.
Delusional.
Oh,
Yeah.
Delulu. That's as foolish as putting on wings and jumping off a building thinking you can fly. Just dumb.
Lady Virgo, I love your kindness and love towards me. I appreciate you. To Bianca, Bianca says,
We
"We
need
need."
your light in the chat smiling with Aaron D. I love everyone, but I think we are taking what he did personal because we know we aren't putting on, but she may be. So we have to see both. I mean, I agree with that too. He would never call me out because I would never be doing that
Right.
loud. And if I am that loud, it's gotta be two reasons I'm that loud. It's either I just got blessed, the ultimate blessing, or my mother didn't pass away, and you can't stop that. That's probably why I'm loud.
Yeah.
But it is a little concerning when you're going through or whatever, and you do have a scream like that. I get those moments.
It's a different kind of scream, though.
But it's a problem, in my opinion, if this is what your every Sunday morning is.
And it's clearly that's the case for her.
Are you underwater every Sunday?
She's fraudulent.
Fraudulent, yes.
Where is that from? Oh, New York.
New York, exactly. and I say it because it applies. Okay.
Yes.
Joseph, you're funny.
Oh, Jesus. Miss Kim brought up something wonderful. She said, "How did the children feel when their dad wasn't coming home?"
Right.
We have to, that's just yet another reason why we need to keep it real.
And that's why I'm so glad Shaq is taking accountability.
Right. I think we need a lot of men, fathers, taking accountability. And I think because sometimes in the black community we just don't know why you did certain things because people under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel I appreciate Shaq taking accountability and taking ownership of how he treated and how he wasn't a good husband. I mean, I have no issues with Shaq right now.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. From what I see, I don't know how he's in person now, but from what I see, I mean.
Oh, it looks. Let me read what Aaron has said because now people saying that part. Boom. Smaller with Aaron D says, "Love looking back is hard to say. Love in the moment is easy to tell, but looking back, we are always looking from how it ended, not what it was."
Right.
But that's no, because sometimes also when you look back over the whole relationship, you get all them signs that you received and you ignore it.
And this is her last sentence. She says, "And sometimes we end a love to grow."
Right. Amen.
Exactly.
You better grow not be in the same situation.
Who?
So you better grow not be in the same situation again.
Okay.
We need
that's what a good friend would tell you. Okay, boom.
Smiling with Aaron D. Aaron D, you're talking about being a psychiatrist?
It's a thought. Because you can really enter some thoughts of positivity into a lot of negative thoughts. You can really turn some things around for some people.
And causes others to think.
Amen.
Think positively, to think higher.
Oh gosh. Joseph said, "Say it with your whole chest and let God show who's off." Smaller with Aaron D says, "Maybe if the preacher not welcoming your spirit, maybe that's God saying that's not the house for you."
Well, amen.
That's true. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. If that ain't the type of church it is, then don't do that in that church.
Or maybe that's the type of church that you want to be seen in.
Right.
You have to look at both of those things.
Exactly.
Aaron also says, "And if for the preacher he cannot hold up the woman, maybe it is time to let her go and help her find her house."
Agreed.
Oh gosh, Joseph says, "No, Aaron, if the preacher is not welcoming your spirit of rebellion and distraction, get delivered." So many good thoughts. Lady Virgo says, I never ever said they don't get along or weren't cordial with each other. I just said it was out of pocket to say publicly. I don't think it was out of public.
Out of, yeah, I don't think it was out of
I don't
pocket.
think it was out of pocket.
Yeah, possibly if it was the first time he had addressed it, maybe it would have been out of pocket. But the fact that he had continuously told her plenty of times in the past that she needs to cease, then it was in my opinion, in my humble
I
opinion,
think
it
this was
was
about
justified.
I think this was about Shawnee.
Yeah,
I
Shaunie.
never said that they didn't get along
Okay.
or is it
All right.
cordial with each other. But yeah, I believe, her saying that could be something freeing for somebody else. I think it was necessary, in my
Mhm.
opinion. Um, Joseph Jarrell says, Aaron, preachers are scared of the reaction from the public because of the idiocy that people do. And Aaron says, I just think God's leading them both in different directions. Maybe it's just lessons we were also supposed to learn from. And who knows, maybe this is helping someone. And Joseph says, I agree. There's so many things. Oh, Tyrone's here. Say hey to Tyrone, everybody.
What's going on, Tavern?
Gosh. He said she has been doing the hollering for the last 4 years. How do you correct this during a live broadcast? If your 2-year-old fall out hollering at the grocery store every time, correction is needed.
No, and maybe the comments under the you never know. Maybe the comments under the videos are like, "Oh my god, can you tell her to be quiet?"
Right.
Then it's time to go already. Lord, Mondays and Thursdays make me weak. Funny how time flies when you're having fun. Oh baby.
Okay.
Oh,
Speaking of, it's time to
baby.
go. Mike, go ahead and give us your
Let's
social media
go.
contacts, honey, because I'm ready to go.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and also X, which is that's how I said it. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Mr. Real 121. That's
Oh, maybe I should
MRREAL
show it, huh?
121.
To
Yep,
be
I
of
say
assistance.
that would
I'm
help.
gonna assist you right now.
Thank you. And all you fine, lovely chocolates, mature, non-cheating, have a job, have a car.
Non-cheating.
Yes, have your own place. Let me just make sure I get your time etching into existence. All about
Absolutely.
one person meeting them for real and wanting to get to know each other and build each other up in a positive manner. All you people, men, who want to do that, you can also hit me in my DMs. They
At
are open. They are open.
available.
I
There,
am available.
yes, and he's ready.
All
Ben.
right. I'm
Praise,
ready.
praise the Lord. The light of the Leo. That's me. I was about to say the light of the Leo says, I am the light of the Leo. Go ahead and follow me on TikTok as well as Instagram at the light of the Leo, and of course you can find my channel here on YouTube at the light of the Leo. I go live every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. You got anything else to say, Jonathan?
Yes, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. Thank you to everyone who's joined us this evening. We love all of you. Thank you guys so much for your participation as well. Once again, make sure to press the subscribe button, press the like button, give us your comments, and press the notification bell, and share. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. Join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. But until then, we'll say bye for now. Y'all have a good night and a wonderful weekend.
Good night.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.
You're leaving.
Ooh,